All right.
Friends and neighbors, and have confidence that the team
I hope this is synced properly to my TV, because I've been having problems all night. We're just gonna play normal. Never played this before. Enter game name. Obviously, H girl.
Are you saying that advance have cured death?
Experience the story without the stress. Non-broadcast mechanics are off. Viewers are very forgiving. Balance experience. Non-broadcast mechanics and viewers' ratings provide a reasonable challenge. I'm gonna do intern. Just an intern right now. Day 1, the election. Oh.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the 4 small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast.
Great.
Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left.
Uh-huh.
They're your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Taking 4 old ladies from East Grinching. That's followed at 8.
Right, the tapes are loaded and we're all ready for when we get to the first ad break. That's great. Any second now, you should be getting a signal through from the studio. Stay on your toes, mate. It's election night, so all eyes are on this room. We do not want to get fired.
With multiple award-winning movie, The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, CV makes me cry on postures.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Bunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1.
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing, or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody.
I need you to fill after that.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with
Well,
you.
we're not
I thought that
sure,
was
but
our
here
little
in St.
secret.
Bromley on the table, you've got a big
remember
hill and the
anything
bus
about
comes
it.
twice
I'm
daily.
deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning
Visit
friendship.
picturesque
Yeah.
Bromley this summer and experience a holiday that's simply
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah?
Yep.
Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look
I
like
have.
those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
isn't it time your family
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
you've got a car park
Thank you so much.
on the tank.
10 seconds, everybody.
6,
Counting in
5, 4.
3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to
political
Megan on
reporter
screen
Megan
4.
Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to
Right,
the
go to
shop
Blunderclatch
box
on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap. he
Lovely.
really is.
Now back to Thunder Twat.
Worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am
Back to
not
who's
in it
talking.
for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lodz Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Cool, looks like Blunderclash is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
No, Lance, we mustn't.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
The sterility.
Okay.
This is the key.
Stop it.
Yes.
Bloody perfect, mate.
Oh.
There we go.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words.
Yeah,
As you
probably.
notice, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the spacebar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
That's right, absolutely
Remember to
free.
select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Available for a limited time.
Seriously? 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. And I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast broadcast. Oh shit, it's
Shall I
pissed.
start?
Get ready to
Go
bleed.
for it, Pat.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. And, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern trick they had against us. But you, the people, you saw right
I'm sorry about the
through their
language there. I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations.
Coarser than the grown is funny.
Get on the speaker,
Coarser than the
mate.
grown is funny.
Oh,
Only
crap.
got a bit of the word.
Who can blame Peter for But to be honest, who can blame
Too
Peter
long on
for
this, mate.
celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich.
They're not the
For them,
ones
the
who
party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort. Probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay up. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
Get on the speaker, mate.
Said we'd have to raise billions, but you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret posh. So to you posh
people who pay your pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes. It ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen,
my god, give me 1 second.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Interesting acceptance speech there from apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
We're crazy deal. We don't care if you've been naughty or nice. We got green sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa. We've got a great sofa. In a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Deals are unreal. You've got people coming over.
I'll take it. Pretty close to the real thing. Oh, sweet. Current wealth. Broke ass poor. Aw. So, just real life. I don't know what any of this means, but okay.
Alright, mate. Welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's
coming up later on tonight on Channel 1 at 7 o'clock. It's the semi-final of the quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as the team of
Chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsley.
Bumley on the taint, we've got a big hill and the bus comes twice daily.
Okay.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go, and when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Apparently, he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's on liability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody!
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3...
Welcome!
Day 3, an unexpected form. You arrived at home to find posts on the mat, most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One letter, however, catches your eyes. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets the better of you when you open it. It's a form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and Susie Winston, 19. Well, you muse. At least they got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly and introduce yourself to the new coworkers, be productive, and get the work done immediately. Ease yourself in and orientate yourself with your new workplace. Reminisce with friends about your old job. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential information. Now a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than your previous ones. You would leave work on time, stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline, leave work early and head to the pub and chat about the changes with colleagues, leave work early, It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. Are washing your hair that day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think they'll win the go if you're free, but I don't mind missing it. You've had a long, successful career and are now about to retire. In your speech, list your achievements and all the good memories you have working there. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. Refuse to attend. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music or making models. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Encourage and support your children with their hobbies. Play in the local sports team. Your ideal Halloween getaway would be surrounded by nature's beauty, getting away from the strain of daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. A structured day out at a theme park. Okay, you got me there. It is most important that the government keeps people safe. Thank you for your cooperation. Sign your name. There you go. There you go, government. A family matter. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock on the window brings you back to reality. There is a garden. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for busting in so late, Alex. Chris stammers, but I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. No problem. What's going on? You must have seen all the crazy advanced stuff. The Assets and Wealth Act, they're calling it. Taking people's hard-earned money to fund the lazy. It's bullshit. You've never seen Chris this agitated. I'm not saying the top 1% or whatever don't have stupid money, Chris added hastily, but they can afford it. People like me, we're going to lose everything. That's awful, but I'm not sure how I can help. You were always the well-off one in the family. I'm sorry, but taking from the rich to help the poor doesn't sound so bad. They're going to take everything, Alex. Everything I've spent my life building. I can't let that happen. I need a favor. Chris' eyes find the floor tile. I need to borrow your passport. My passport? Why? They've taken mine in half of the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar, so Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe. But I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex. I wouldn't ask you if I had any other choice. Surely there's another way. Okay, it's upstairs in the safe. Let me go get it. You can take it. Don't call me out on it. You climb the stairs to your bedroom, careful not to wake Sam, who is cocooned in the duvet as usual. You open the wardrobe, unlock the safe, and retrieve the passport. A sleepy voice breaks the silence. Alex, what's going on? Chris is downstairs. They're leaving the country, and they need my passport to do it. Sam sits bolts upright now, all thoughts of sleep gone. What? They're leaving the country? Are things really that bad? Apparently, but they'll be fine if they can leave. Chris can take my passport and get out. According to Chris, but I'm not so sure. I don't know if I really want to get... Okay. The worry lies on Sam's forehead, seems to relax. Thank you. We have to look out for family. And if I know my little Chrissy, it's probably all one big overreaction. Exactly. Let me just take this downstairs, and then I'll be back for bed. I'm so sorry. I know how important your family is, but I just don't think it's a good idea. You close your safe and head back downstairs to find Chris at the table fidgeting. They jump up as soon as you re-enter the kitchen. So, have you got it? Yes. Good luck with everything. For the first time, Chris smiles. It's infectious. Thanks. I really appreciate this. I'll get back in touch once I'm safely out of the country. Chris takes the passport and, breathing a sigh of relief, grabs the neon fluorescent suitcase, and heads out into the night. You head to bed, hoping you can praise some of the duvet away from Sam without waking them. The Fallout. Day 8. Oh, here we are. Hello?
So I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on.
Right.
You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
Should we play this? Is this toy safe? Okay. I won't play that one then. Don't know if it's safe. Crazy Neil again.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
At 10 p.m. It's a bit of escapism with Lawrence Blunderclatch's acclaimed action movie Bullet Man, taking us up to the National Weather Report and close down at midnight. But before all that, it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Nightly News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future may hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the Assets and Wealth Act on the brink of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. Remington Smith, out with the old. Remington Smith appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archives, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. She was top of her class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snuggleheart. Sophia promises it will be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product safety. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Ward, a marine biologist,
So I can either have doctors getting along or pointing the fingers at each other.
The pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cabin and the undiscovered plant species it contains.
Okay, they're not doctors, but whatever they are.
In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always have." Rumors about playing the field. Rumors about
A guy throwing up.
Snaps leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs, while out celebrating.
Or them just lovey-doveying. What would be appropriate?
By this very program. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artist Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding aces? Grievous bodily charm. And with grievous bodily charm. With advance promising a radical new position on crime.
I think
How afraid should we actually
this one's a little...
I'll be going live around the
I would probably go with the police. Unless this is about gang violence.
Less and less oversight. Are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that, a megamorph with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act and performing later. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Night News.
Oops.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the
That was too early. My bad.
We're talking about advances first week in office, and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, the Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. The government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
We're still vassal slaves. Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves. We're just in prettier cages.
Confident dismissal there.
I'm afraid I don't.
Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't. I think that advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable. So they're changing things up.
They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Alan.
It's all in my
grand plan, Alan.
It's all in my book, Jeremy. Alan James is right, the great Jeremy. Ignorant, we're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption. If you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last great war.
War is inevitable. Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable. And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking
out of the wrong orifices.
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy. Yes,
democracy is dead.
Radical and change is always Advance are radical and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
Katie, based on the facts. Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research in the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiates. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Ellen? Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Ellen?
It's all coming from the water. The chemicals. It's all coming from the water. The chemicals. Pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see these changes, but lose their power after spending. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure,
the catastrophe is that they're succeeding. The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
Quickly, Alan. All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan. What does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomised into submission.
We might be on the eve of
Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, before Megan investigating law and order, before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might just...
Alan J. Right, mate, Christ, I'm absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care, I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later, bye.
There must be something in the food! I don't want to upset you, but you should wait for the world. They're gonna take...
Grade A+. Hell yeah. I got plenty of experience. Glad I'm being able to use it in a video game.
I'm Alan James, and I'll slap you so hard with the truth, you'll still be picking facts out of your face the following Wednesday.
Alan James, coming to a city near you. Check local press
Four.
agents and times.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order.
Oh.
Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutionist team. To move this serious social problem to the top behind the headlines. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day their problems judge. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up. Can you hear me, Gregory? Can you hear me, Gregory?
I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me. Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
As you can imagine, Jeremy. Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. Every hour we can just to try we're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
We can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
I can't deal with these things.
Ministers, we need change at a structural level.
I'm leaving. It never is it?
Time, darling.
It never is it?
Just hang
on.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one. The problem isn't a local one. Just Jeremy, it's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. Jeremy,
have you mentioned your affairs?
No, the affairs of the affairs.
I really don't think this should be in it, but they never told me what to do in this situation.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Joining us, Gregory Judge. Thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob? Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
Jeremy, I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I am sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong?
That's not a simple question, Jeremy. But I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have found hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that.
What is happening here?
Delia, bloody gimps escaped.
I was a little early, late.
Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, guys. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
I'm sorry, darling, I was staying the matches.
Clive, yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in his box?
Clive, you never waste it.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of decent, good, white people of this. Oh, hold on just a moment.
This feels like something I should censor, but okay, I'm just gonna keep it in.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal. No one else. Everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there. Really locking down the police's position on morality. And finally tonight, it's time to get to the uninterrupted. It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing assault. He's agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, many happy returns, Tony. Many happy returns, Tony.
Call me Titwank. Cheers, Jez. Everybody else does. Call me Titwank.
No, I'm not going to be doing
Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank. Prison's a mixed bag. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwank quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Tony!
Can you stop saying that, please?
I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Get him off the air.
I think asking that is an oversimplification. I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Big Chris? Yeah, all the boys are here. Chris, Big Chris, and Vampire Chris. Little Chris, and Vampire Chris. One sec, love. Tony's on the news. One sec, love. Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm
You are
sorry,
joking.
who's
Chrissy
this now?
Freeball. You are joking. Chrissy Freeball has only got Mr. Fancy.
Please get this off the air. This is a terrible segment. Yeah.
It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing a signal here, Tony. Seem to be losing a signal here, Tony.
Hey, las bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Tony, I mean, we literally wasted 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear me?
What is happening?
Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. Megan will be live after the break. Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Oh boy.
Why bother strengthening your body?
I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go.
41% of women we surveyed said they loved their visible plates, and 7 out of 10 dentists would recommend it. Jus de cochon, because we said so.
And on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan.
And I believe you two sisters, is that right? And I believe you two sisters, is that right?
Yes,
Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones. Who came up with the whole
Harry
idea.
and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria. Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, "Hey, let's actually do something."
But she'd been laid off due to budget. But she'd been laid off due to budget. I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me.
Maths is really important.
Maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
History. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle believes. I just think that when we travel around all these problems, they say, "Hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. I really want to be like those attractive kids." And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. And they touch our audiences. And they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Yes. Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy. Into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. Really matter. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. Put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Doesn't actually have a name. Because in a way, she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor, or like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you,
thanks, Steve.
Megan.
Put it in, coach. Yes. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Put it in, coach.
Right,
Yes,
well,
thanks,
I'm
Steve.
going to have a little chat with you. Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way.
Oop. Yep.
So,
Sorry.
Jeff, when did you first
Jeff, when did you first hear
A
about
letter from
Grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank. His secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me. I also threw it in the bin.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. Harriet and Trey rescued it. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page. And next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, but she's a paraplegic. We did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. Why not? And so let's have a go with this whole democracy thing. Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Good stuff.
And here we valley well are.
So let's have a look.
Brilliant.
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What am I watching?
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? Hi, Gary.
Oh, heavens,
Hi,
no.
Gary.
It's Gary the Fist. Oh, heavens, no.
Gary
It's Gary the Fist.
Gary the Fist.
Going somewhere, little first year. Going somewhere, little first year.
Great victim to bully. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me. I'm late for maths. Excuse me. It's my favourite subject. I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers. My arm stuck. Maths, just keep going for fuck's sake. Just keep going for Maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Now, give me your lunch money.
Today, but double lunch for me today, but why I'm only truly happy when I eat it.
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today,
What do you mean not today? Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's Who are you? Brilliant, keep going. My arm's free coat. Brilliant, keep going. Who are you to stand up to me? Who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary, sad little girl, and you're just a sad little girl who's all alone, dads. Who's all alone.
Gary the Fist. That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. These are my two new friends. Netball team. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Blake owns a motorbike. And Blake owns a motorbike.
But I can't fight all three of you. I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my choice to remain. So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel laps. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
These are all terrible shots.
People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice. And I'd
There we
do
go.
better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner. He had to wait. Oh, where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship! Friendship!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. For all the headlines from across the country. My name is
Is it Crazy Neil's festive Yuletide ornament
What the
spectacular?
little fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe
No, no.
It doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
We've got the ornaments for you.
B. Yeah. I'll take it. Well, broke ass poor. Nice. Day 15, a late night. You get to the theater slightly early, and Sam's already there waiting, dressed to the nines. You smile widely as you join hands and take your seat in the private box. You certainly could get used to this. The ticket arrives on your doormat on Monday with a typed thank you from Chris. You'll get your passport back soon enough, apparently. The show isn't to your usual taste, a pretentious opera in the language you know for a fact that Chris doesn't speak either. Still, the complimentary drink sure go down smooth. When the show finally ends, how many bows do these people need? You stand in line to get your coat, and Sam has you in cresses with a hilarious impression of the conductor's arms flailing widely. The couple in front of you are talking about the relocation of people who can't pay their next tax bill. It sounds awful. Sam smiles gratefully at you as you both think of Chris safe and sound. When you get home, you're still laughing as Sam heads upstairs to shower before bed. You notice your 14-year-old son isn't home, and there's a note on the kitchen table in the almost ineligible scrawl. It says, he's at a friend's house. It's a school night, so you should go over there and march him home. You trust Charlie. He'll be home soon. It's one night. He's got to start taking responsibility for his own dishes, and sometimes. What's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that can happen? Oh no, a call from school. Your family enters a machine, crackles into life. Your family answering machine crackles to life. Who could be calling while you and your spouse were at work? Good afternoon. This is a message for the Winston family. It's Miss Smith calling regarding your son Charles. I'm sure there is a perfect reasonable explanation for it, but he wasn't in school today, and we hadn't heard from you that he would be absent. I'd like to remind you we do require all absences to be authorized in advance or in exceptional circumstances for parents to ring first thing in the morning. Please see to it that it doesn't happen again. Thank you. Goodbye. Someone has some splaining to do. A gentle reminder. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, this is your second reminder letter regarding the Assets and Wealth Redemption Scheme. Please submit your passport to the nearest government office as soon as possible in order to register for this scheme. You cannot receive your share of the national rebate without submitting these documents. You knew there would be consequences, but that doesn't make it any easier. We work as a team and we are rewarded as a team. For forward together, Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Chris is safe, that's all that matters, you hope. A tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elder mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now at your dad's place. Across from you is Chris's empty seat, probably on a tropical beach somewhere, you think. You catch Sam's eyes, who break into a smile, clearly thinking of the same thing. Even without Chris, the food has had to be stretched a little thinner this year, but no one seems to notice. Christmas really can be a wonderful time of year. You look around the room at your family. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You stay silent. You make a toast. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. Well, most of us. There are murmurs of cheers and much clicking of glasses. Your daughter, Susie, seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You raise a questioning eyebrow. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. You know me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. I knew it. I'm a mind reader, you chuckled as your 19-year-old daughter rolls her eyes. You wish you could say yes without worrying, but now that your mother had to move in, things aren't quite as simple anymore. Just how much are we talking here? Only a few hundred. She mumbles as she pushes a stray pea around her plate. It takes a great effort for you to not spit your mulled wine across the table onto your elderly mother. I know it's a lot, darling, Sam interjects, but trains are expensive. This is a great opportunity for her, and I did already say she could go. You're right, we'll make it work somehow. Susie grins, stretches from ear to ear. You mean it? That's so great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The mood soars as Sam puts a paper hat on your head, and Charles takes a pleasure in reading everyone into god-awful cracker jokes. The room is filled with voices and laughter. Looking around at your grinning family, your mother whispers, your father would be so pleased. You dabbed your eye with your napkin. You feel very lucky. Current wealth, broke as poor. Yeah, I know. Now I'm super broke as poor. Current wealth, what is money? Yeah, what is money? A long weekend. Why does the zip on the damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally, getting some time alone together where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up and the battle, and you give up on the battle and you drag the bundling suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Bossman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers. The National Nightly News team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I'll expect you to attend tomorrow's morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shocks turn to annoyance and then fury. What are you gonna tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs brimming with excitement, kissing you, and then grabs your car keys from the dish and starts to load your bags into the bag. apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go into work because I am poor and I just gave my daughter tons of money. And you sigh heavily. You're going to go, aren't you? The voice behind you makes you whip around. You nod simply. I get it. Your family has always been your priority, but sometimes work has to come first. You should go. Sam pulls you close and holds you tight. A wave of gratitude washes over you. You unpack disappointedly. Okay. A permission slip. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getter today. Forward together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabbed the flyer from you and thrust a form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the Advanced Go-Getters. I have no reason to not sign it. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about this becoming an active part of the community. This can only be a good thing. We can only hope. A free ticket. Some guy at work gave them to me. They can't go. Sam stands in front of you, brashing 2 tickets. You see the title in bold letters. Alan James is right in front of you. I'm really unsure. What do you think? Shall we go? I don't think so. Guys, free tickets are free tickets. He's a character and it'll be hilarious if nothing else. Sam stands in front of you, brashing. Alright. The show is entertaining, but much less funny than you thought. He's a powerful public speaker, and something about it stinks in your mind. Lying in bed that night, wide awake, long after Sam's breathing turned heavy, it hit you. It was the crowd, not laughing, but roaring. A profitable partnership. After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is usually rubbish, but a letter with an increasingly familiar Advanced logo and urgent response immediately plastered on the front in a corresponding urgent red font grabs your attention. Best to get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that your Advanced government has taken another step forward in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporation and redistributing the resources among the citizens of this great country, the partnership bond program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil, Pleasure Corp. Our business is your pleasure. From sports to travel or even just some youth time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. Yeah. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using an envelope provided. You will receive a report from the partnership in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even Advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of the nation is in partnership. Forwards together. Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Just how much influence could you have? Current wealth. What is money? Oh, it went up. Yay! Crippling debt. Oh, yay. Yay. Tempest.
Good evening, Alex. It's Boozman here. Your powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fate.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talked to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said.
Final at 11:45 before the weather and close down at past midnight. But first, it's time for the National Nightly News with Jeremy Donaldson and Megan Wolf.
Good evening.
I'm
Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative overnight. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight.
I'm gonna actually end it here. I don't think I can do another one right now. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep playing this. So until next time, peace out.